dance, make it bang, yeah.
Midnight in Miami. Good vibes, open views. And you could get the latest news. It's all on YouTube at midnight in Miami.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? It's your motherfucking boy Gamero, the Pharaoh, the poor man's Robert De Niro. You know what it is. I am joined here by my main man, ill-logicz.
What it is?
Ali, the alien.
So I do.
And ladies and gentlemen, how do I put this into words? We have a guest of colossal proportions today, a legend in the game, someone whose entertainment factor is honestly through the roof. It reminds me of that scene in Willy Wonka when that elevator breaks through the motherfucking ceiling. Ladies and gentlemen, in the building today, we got Jay Howard. What is going on?
I'm happy to be here.
Golly, what's going on, brother?
Man, I need to hire you to open me up at all my shows, okay? Yes.
What's going on, man? Hey, this is an episode that's been in the works for a long time. Honestly, this is one of the biggest names in not only in South Florida talent, but honestly in talent in general. This man has traveled the nation to perform, and honestly, it's an honor to have you here today, man.
Thank you, man. It's an honor to be here, man. Thank you for having me, guys. Thank you.
Why don't you talk to us? Before we get to the topics at hand. Why don't you talk to us about a little bit what you've been working on as far as your music, your sound. For the people that don't know you, you're soon to be new fans. Mm-hmm. Why don't you give them a little bit of a rundown as to what it is you do?
Okay, what I do is I do my thing. Okay, that's number 1, 2, and 3. Okay,
and 3.
You hear me knocking? Let me in. Okay, I'm just kidding, guys. No, I've been working on some music. I'm an artist. I'm a singer. I produce music as well. I'm a mentor. I teach kids. I play a few instruments, and I actually, when I get the chance, I'm the manager on duty here at Solemn Studios with Mr. ill-logicz. Started out with him a while back, man. What year was that?
2016.
God, dog. Dang, for real?
And they fly too.
It really did. Dang.
Yeah.
It's been a while. Okay, man.
How'd you guys meet? How'd you get into the scene in 2016 with Mr. ill-logicz?
Wow. Okay, so I was actually at a spot. It's funny because we actually did I'm gonna go back to this. We did a documentary that's not out, but we talked about it on there, and I think we should release that probably next week. So y'all heard it here first.
Come on,
we gonna drop that thing next week. I hope you're ready. So we met at a spot called Speak Fridays. I used to play at Speak Fridays back in the day. I was in the house band for a while. Actually, at the time that I went there, I was not in the house band. I think I was actually as just coming into my artistry around that time too, just kind of just doing my thing, and I seen ill-logicz, as you guys know, that's your host. You guys, y'all already know who it is. One of the hosts with the most. So he was there, and we just got to chopping it up a little bit. He was real cool, man. We talked for a minute, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna see you do your thing. He was like, yo, stay by, check me out, and boom, boom, boom. From there, it was like history, bro. And then he was like, yo, I'm thinking about getting a studio and this and that. I'm like, for real? I'm like, all right. I was like, well, when you get that mug, let me know. So, you know what I'm saying? So he called me. Yeah, he called me. I was like,
a lot of people just talk, but
a lot of people talk. But my dog, he put the work in, and I said, okay. So he called me, and he was like, yo, I got the keys. So we stayed in the car. I said, yeah.
That call.
So he said, I got the keys. So I came in. I got pulled up. I remember like it was yesterday, boy. It was age 17, boy. It was age 17. I walked inside. And I don't know if you guys remember you guys ever had the cereal? The little cereal you get from the hotel? Yeah. The little joint, you put a little milk in it. He had one of these, and no milk. No milk. It was just Frosted Flakes and a sledgehammer in the room, guys. I know that sounds crazy. It was Frosted Flakes and a sledgehammer. And he was like, yeah, we're going to knock this wall down, and then we're going to put the booth over here. We're going to put this over here. He said, but we're going to start with this wall. Picked up the sledgehammer, and boom. I said, bro, you know what to do? You got the floor plans for this? Like, we just gonna jump in? Like, I was real confused. I was like, nah, I hope he know that I don't know how to do any contract work like that. But my dog, he did it, man. He was a do-it-yourself type of person, and he got it done, man. And then we built a lot of different things actually around the studio, like some of the the bass traps and the panels, everything. So it was a lot of do it yourself. So I learned how to do a lot of different stuff too, just being around this dude too.
Frosted Flakes and Sledgehammer. That's the American dream, baby. There it is. That's the American dream.
Crazy, man.
When did you get started in music in general?
I kind of always been in music for the most part, like all my life. I started, my first drum set I had was I was 3 years old.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I played in church, and I ventured off, did my own thing for a while. I moved down here to Florida because I'm originally from Ohio, so that was just like my upbringing. Like a lot of my family plays too. My dad plays a lot of different instruments. My mom played the drums back in the day. My grandma played the keys. My aunt, all my uncles on my dad's side play. So it was just like, it's kind of in the family.
House of musicians.
Yeah, it was loud. It was loud.
At least you never had anybody complaining about, it being too loud and shit like
pretty
that.
much. Sometimes, because then sometimes, I get a little, overzealous. We turned up. But I mean, it wasn't too bad, man. I had a great time, man. I had a great childhood. I will say that.
How do you describe your sound?
Ooh, a cluster. That's what I would call it, man. Just like
you go off on a riff too.
Yeah,
and that shit can go everywhere.
Energy, man. I just love energy, man. I'm like a big energy person. I don't know if I just tapped something right there, guys. If that might have been me. I do apologize.
That's the aliens making contact with us.
All right, what's going on, guys? We're good with them. I'm good with the aliens. We're good.
Gang.
Okay.
So a cluster. And what were some of your biggest, or are some of your biggest inspirations?
Some of my biggest inspirations, musically, I would definitely say James Brown definitely had a big part on just my musicality and just the way stuff moves. He would make sure a show moved. It don't matter where he was at, he would make that thing move, and it was tight. I'm still trying to get it as tight as James Brown, pause. But you know what I'm saying?
Gotta hit him with it.
Yeah, I had to get a V theme for the ladies. That's what we're talking about, okay? But yeah, man, so James Brown, Outkast, Andre 3000 was very, very influential to me as well. And it's funny, my pops took me to this, it was a gospel concert. Kirk Franklin was in town, but he brought out this artist, Toby Mac. And Toby Mac was so dope. He did rock. It was like rock and alternative.
They did
and
a feature together.
Yep.
I Am God.
Yeah.
That was.
I didn't know nobody else heard it. Nobody knows about that. But like Toby Mac was just so different, and he just expressed himself. And I was like, yo, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to express myself, say what the heck I want to say, and just do it, man. And then that was just some of my biggest inspirations. And of course, my family. Certain people, just encouraging my mom, my pops. Like my grandmother was like the first person that really spoke a lot of life into me. And she was just like, yo, you're gonna be big, you're gonna be a star. She used to tell me that all the time when I was younger. And I used to like be like, I guess you could say like a little what's the word,
sponge?
Yeah, sponge, but like I was insecure in a sense too. Like I was like real shy and timid, but she was just like, yo, nah, you're gonna be a star. And then after a while I just started to believe it, and I started growing in it. And I think she knew what I needed to, because I was born on her birthday. I was August 14th. She passed away. God rest her soul, you know what I'm talking about? Condolences to my family. But yeah, man, she really just spoke that life into me, bro. And it was just like, I think she just knew what I needed to get to that thing. But now it's just like, go get it, man.
Like second nature.
Yeah.
You mentioned Andre 3000, and there's something that I always notice about you. It's your impeccable sense of style.
Man, thank you, man.
When this man goes to a performance, where's GQ when you need him? That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I think I speak for a lot of people without style that, we can only hope to one day have half the style that you do when you're performing,
please.
man.
You can get it. All you got to do is get in your bag. Get in your bag.
What how did you grow from, being that self-conscious kid, maybe, I don't know, I didn't know you back then, but maybe if you were in a shell or whatever the case, growing to the outfits that you have on, the shoes, and not only the outfit but the performance itself, it's so out there, so energetic. How'd you make that transition?
Man, to be completely honest with you, I just developed the mindset of F it. And if you don't know what F it is, I mean, you could, context clues. You know what I'm saying? It's just like F it, man. It's like, yo, go with it. Like, it's at the end of the day, I felt like, yo, this is what I got. This is who I am. you gonna get it. This is what it is. Like, here you go. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and go hard with it, and like, if you like it, cool. And it's funny because actually, it's funny that you say that because now it struck a memory in my mind. It was the time I think when I moved down here, it was somebody that said something to me at school, bro, and it just like, it really bothered me. Like, I was pissed, and I was just like, and then my mom came to me, she was like, yo, come here. She was like, how long you know them? I was like, I don't know why. I was like, she was like, okay, like, you've been going to the school for what, a year? I was like, yeah, I mean, what? And she was like, how old are you? I think I was like maybe 14, 15 at the time. She was like, okay, so you've been alive for about 14 years and you only know them one. So you let one person that only talked to you for just a split second affect you that much to the point where you can't do what you need to do. And I was just like, you know what? She right. I don't know these mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know me. Okay, so I'm just gonna do my thing. And I think that was definitely a step where it pushed me over to the edge. It was like, yo, who cares what people thinks? And that's just kind of the attitude that I adapted. It was like, who cares what they think? As long as I'm doing the best that I can do, and to the best of my ability, it's just what it's gonna be. And then it just happened to be like people rock with it.
Hell yeah.
I guess it's just authentic, you know. So same thing with your outfits.
I appreciate that because
Go ahead.
like not well at least I was raised more with my cousins, and it's like, what the fuck, they said that shit, what you gonna do?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the rebuttal,
right?
And it's always back and forth. So sometimes you, until learning time, you realize that these people don't matter much unless you give them the time.
Exactly. Nobody could drive you crazy unless you give them the keys. There you go.
Ooh, is that in the song?
Bars.
You got to put it. That's a bar.
It'll be in the song.
Okay.
You
okay.
feel me?
That's a
Right
bar.
here on Midnight in Miami.
Oh,
okay?
shit.
Too sleep. Exclusive.
What
Real quick, I find it funny how when you say, all right, let me know when you got that studio, and it's like, all right, I got the studio, but you helping making it.
yeah, I got the keys, but
I got the keys. We're gonna do it together, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, one, I got the
I got the keys. There it is. My dog wasn't playing. He said, let's get it. Boom. I said, whoa.
Yeah.
He was in it.
And that's true drive between artists too, because you're allowing at least a space for both of y'all, or whoever you guys can even connect to. Hello, the room. To do it. And if it wasn't for probably somebody that is like, hey, I just met you, but I believe in the dream, we finna do this, probably wouldn't,
And that's what it was too. He was really dope. When he got up and did his thing, I was like, yo, it was crazy. Like, the way that he captivated the crowd, that's what got me, because I had never seen nobody captivate the crowd the way that he did. Because first of all, I didn't know what he was about to do. I was just like, okay, I thought he was just gonna go up and rap. No, he wasn't just about to go up and rap. So I'm like, all right, cool. He said, go ahead, watch me real quick. All of a sudden, he just, boom, he took off running. I was like, what the hell going on? Like, man, listen, man, I don't know about y'all. Listen, man, where I'm from, okay, in my community, somebody running. We trying to figure out where the hell to go, okay? That's all I'm saying. I was trying to figure out, like, where he finna run to, but nah, he stopped. And everybody looking, and he was like, yeah. Boom, straight attention. Everybody in the room was watching. And I was like, yo, I rock with that. And from that moment, like, we just built a friendship. We became cool. And yeah, man, the rest is history, man. We sitting right here today.
That's beautiful.
On Midnight in Miami.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I mean, if we're reminiscing on ill-logicz performances, I recall one time we were at, what's this place called? Not Speak Fridays, but the
Is
other
it Bakehouse?
Nah, the other one that we would go to sometimes. ATV, something like that.
ATV. Artistic Vibes.
Yes, Artistic Vibes.
Artistic Vibes. I forgot about them.
Artistic Vibes. Dope spot. I don't know. I think they had closed up for a minute and then they reopened. I think they went to a different location. But I remember at the end of your performance, you ended the performance with, and also, fuck the police. and that aged very well,
Right.
So I was like, it was a cappella at that point. It was nice.
That's
It was
dope.
nice. He's like, oh, if there's any police officers in here tonight, fuck you.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. That's beautiful. That's
That
art.
boy was with it, man.
You know, I was an angry person. And, yeah.
Yo, but no, that was definitely a moment. Speaking of, what are some moments as far as like you need a refill?
You know, I thought it was something in here. You know, but like, yeah, I might get a refill in a minute. We can finish up. Ain't that thirsty.
What are some moments as far as like performances go, either before or after performance, that you know you kind of had a moment to yourself that it's like, not like, you know, I made it, but fuck, I've, you know, from where I used to be to where I am now, it's like growth.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Okeechobee. I did the Okeechobee Festival. That was amazing. It was amazing. And like, so there was a moment where, and ill-logicz was there too. He can attest. So he was there. I definitely cried on stage.
Beautiful.
I never cried on stage, bro. But it was amazing to me that like, I'm looking at these people looking back at me, waiting to see what I'm about to say.
Paying attention.
And I was like, dang, bro, like I got a job to do. Like I realized in that moment that I had a job to do. And like people are really listening. People are open at this point. It's like, yo, I'm somewhere where I never thought that I would be. But it's like, it was just surreal. It was really surreal in the moment. And I was just talking to him. I was like, yo, I can't believe I'm sitting here talking to y'all. Y'all really y'all so open right now. That was so receptive, bro. Like I've never seen anybody that locked in the way they were at that concert. I don't know if because everybody was lit or it's just because of what, but like they were really locked in. They was locked in with me, and I had that moment with them. I was like, yo, this is where I'm supposed to be, and this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And it's just like, yeah. So that was one of my major moments, and it was really dope. And I got to bring along some super, super dope people with me, like the band that came with me. Ill got and touched the stage too. It was a lot of people from Miami. A few people from Miami actually came up too. I think Art Love Trap was there with Free Dystopia at that time, and I think it was Problem Kids 305. So it was really cool to have some people from Miami up in Okeechobee too, so we all could kind of share that moment. It was really, really dope to me, and I love having moments where I could share with people. And yeah, man, that was a moment for me. And like people on that actual particular festival, you had names like Shaka Khan, Travis Scott, you had Corey Henry, Funk Apostles, you had Flaming Lips, you had people from it was amazing. And I'm talking about like the biggest stuff I've ever seen. I'm talking about they got like, this is gonna sound crazy, but like they had these blow up balls bigger than this room, and they was just throwing them out in the crowd, and like they had this big old thing. It was crazy. I'm like, yo, I'm at this festival, dog. I'm performing. I'm doing my thing, and I had a few different sets there, so it was just like, it was crazy.
Wow.
It was super surreal to me. But yeah, that was a great moment.
It was a full blown festival right there.
No, it was ridiculous. Snoop Dogg was there too. Snoop, bro, that festival was crazy. That festival was
Uncle
crazy.
Snoop.
Uncle Snoop, man. Uncle Snoop, man. Shout out to Uncle Snoop. Snoop, what's good, man?
It was good.
What it do?
And on the other side of like the coin, have you ever had to have a performance where, you know, you were dealing with personal shit and you know, you like the way that you perform, it's very energetic, it's very happy, it's very let's get the crowd on their feet. Yeah, there's been times where, you know, I've been on the crowd and you even entice them to, you know, to get closer, you know, show a little love or whatever the case. Have you ever had that?
I think somebody knocking at my door. You mind if I open it? No, man, bump it.
It's fine, don't worry.
Forget them.
Has there ever been any sort of like, you know, that you've been on stage and or you were about to have a performance and you were dealing with some shit outside of the stage, you know, personal shit that you didn't want to get in the middle of your performance?
There was a moment I can say that it was just a lot going on. I didn't feel like the performance was gonna even come all the way through together, to be completely honest with you, because it was just there's times where all my people was missing before the performance. Like everybody, the whole band, everybody. I'm like, yo, where you at?
Wow.
Ain't nobody picking up. Somebody not picking up. So then it's crazy because it's certain people. So that kind of put me in the position to be able to adjust to whatever is thrown at me, because you don't know what's gonna come. So that's actually how the name of my band came about, was the experience, because I didn't know what was about to happen. I was like, this is gonna be an experience.
It's gonna be an experience for me.
It's gonna be an experience for me, man. It's gonna be an experience for y'all too. We gonna experience this together. Okay, so it's Jay Howard in the experience. Okay, so we gonna figure this out. So it just so happened that stuff started coming together. People would, I'd be like, hey, yo, you down to rock? Boom, boom, boom. And then people showed up right at the nick of time. Like, I'm like, yo, you serious? You know what I'm saying? So
where do you, as a professional, where do you stand with that? Do you not call them back? Do you give them another, like, what do you do? Do you give them another chance? What do you do?
Well, back in the day, I would have probably probably would have been like, yo, what's good with that? You know what I'm saying? And they probably would have came back with one more show, but I probably wouldn't have used them again. At this point now, like, I don't have time for that. Like, I don't think nobody does.
It's crunch time.
Yeah, and then you have to realize, like, that's a part of your brand. Like, so anybody that's coming and they're not doing, like, meeting up to the standards, that's still a reflection on me. So say that was you or that was his business, it's like, it's still a reflection. You have to realize that it's like, yo, all right, they wasn't here, and maybe I'm not tripping that bad, but the person that seen it was like, yo, what's up with this person? Why they wasn't here? And now I'm getting questioned about, I was like, yo, your band's not here. I'm like, well, that's my band. Ain't me. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, it's still a reflection. So I still had to look at that. And so it's like, yo, think about those things. You have to be professional and you have to be on time. Timeliness is a very, very important thing that I've found out. And just, you know, being in place. You might not be the best player. You might not be the best whatever. But if you're on time, you can keep job. Guarantee.
That's a damn fact.
You keep a job if you're on time. I tell you that. You might not do the best, but yeah. If you off time, you know you got to go.
What I know you've traveled a lot. What are some of the places that you've performed at? I know you've gone to Atlanta, New York. Give me, drop some names. So
Atlanta, New York, LA, Detroit. So LA, New York, Detroit. I don't know where I'm at. Let me just start back. My first show that I did, ill-logicz was there with me too.
Yeah, okay.
My daughter came with me. This was right after we first just met. That was right after we just met. And actually, that's when he got the studios right after we got back, which is so crazy. Yeah. So Detroit was the first show. We went up to Detroit, and which was like, it was a mess. It was a mess getting up there, dog. Like, it was a whole mission. It was a mission and a half. That was my first time.
Wow, what happened?
Too much. So too much. Anything, everything.
Car
anything
troubles?
and everything. Yes.
Yes.
We had car trouble. We even had plane trouble at one point. But
what?
Seriously.
Damn.
So what happened was we were supposed to drive up. I went to rent a vehicle. I rented it and everything. Boom, boom, boom. We paid all the bread and everything. And when it came time to get the car the day of, they was like, oh, you're missing this or blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, y'all couldn't have told me this before. Like, I called y'all, and they was like, oh, well, we're sorry. I just believe God just didn't want me on the road, because they also said that it was a big snowstorm going on at the time, because it was snowing up in Detroit. So we coming from Miami. We was about to drive from Miami to Detroit. So I ended up having to borrow some money and bought everybody's plane ticket. Like, everybody already had money that they put in, so I had to put bread on top of what they already had so that we could get plane tickets to get up there. So now when we get up there, I forget we don't got no car because we was supposed to rent the car back home. So I'm like, bruh. So we at the airport. I mean, we didn't think about this. I didn't think about it until we got to the airport.
Yeah.
Like, we at the airport. I'm like, all right, y'all, let's slide.
How?
And I was like, when we slide? Exactly. So everybody was like, you realize we ain't got no car? So I called my cousin. He ended up picking us up, and I think we Ubered the rest of everything there. Boom. All right, so let's fast forward. We'll go on, because I know you wouldn't stop, and we weren't supposed to get that deep into that story. So Detroit. After that, I think we went to Atlanta a couple times. Went up there, did MIA, Miami and Atlanta. That was super dope. We did it twice, and that's the documentary I was speaking to you about earlier.
Tell us a little about that event.
That event was super, super crazy. So the first time we took up a few people, maybe about like 10, 11 people, something like that.
Is it only Miami performers?
I had some people from Atlanta. I had a couple people, it wasn't too many, but it was mostly people from Miami.
Dope.
But the second time around, we had way more. But we took up 27 artists and people the second time around.
Wow.
So that was just crazy. We took over Lenox Mall. We was walking. I tell you, we took over the mall. It was crazy, man. And I like I said, I'd never done anything on that magnitude, and I didn't realize every time I turned around, somebody was about to be asking me a question. Like, every time I look at somebody, it was like, yo, we need to.
You're in charge.
I'm like, we need to what? I was like, we need to take a break. Okay, like we need a break. But yeah, man, it was super dope, man. Like, everything was worth it. Everything was worth it when we went up there.
What's the audience like in Atlanta?
Dude, they were actually really, really supportive. So how I ended up getting the actual club, so basically I got the club because we went up for an event. One of my friends, her name is Sybil, she had an event called Care for Crohn's. She has Crohn's disease. And I was going in support. I was like, yo, she was like, yo, I'm having this event. And she did one down here at Club 11. And we did that one. I was like, you know what, bump it. I'm going to come up to Atlanta. And we was in the studio. I think we had just got the studio. He just finished up. And I'm like, yo, I got on my phone. I said, hey, girl, we finna come to Atlanta. We going to come show some support. Don't worry about nothing. I said that. It was in stone now. I done said it. You know what I'm saying? We got to do it. So we made it happen. And like, we went up there, ended up doing the event, and like I brought the speaker with me. I think we had Durba with us at that time. Yeah, Dirty Dur. We call him Dirty. And at this particular time, it was crazy getting up there. It was super dope. So whatever. We got this speaker. I'm plugged into the speaker. It sounded like crap. And to me, it felt like it sounded like crap. I thought it sounded like crap. And it was like, man, we could have did better if we had better sound. I was like, I know.
But the people sound system was bad?
Yeah, it was this. I brought it. I brought it with me. It was bad. But they loved it. The people was like, yo, that was dope. That was one of the best things. It was like, yo. So he was like, I was like, yo, actually, I was going to do this event up here tomorrow, and I was just going to rent a house up there and do it. We was going to rent a house. And he was like, yo, if you feel like you can pack the club out, I'll open it up for you. We was going to be closed on this day. But if you feel like you could do something with it, then I was like, all right. So I talked to my homegirl because I didn't want to step on nobody's toes because she brought me up there. I was like, yo, listen, he told me he would give me the club. I was going to do my thing elsewhere. But she was like, no, that's fine. Do your thing. Do your business. So boom, boom, boom. Ended up building a relationship and came back. So we ended up coming back to that venue a few more times. And the people up there, they showed mad love. The club was packed from bottom to top. Bottom to top. It was ridiculous. People all in there. It definitely trickled in, but it was ridiculous, bro.
Do you feel that it's harder to fill a spot over here down here?
So it all depends, man. It all depends. Yes and no. I'll say yes because people are fickle in a sense when it comes to certain things, but at the same time there's so many things going on in Miami. So it's just like, okay, people get a lot of information here, so it's just all about promotion. Promotion is a very, very big thing, and also making sure you got a steady team that's really rocking with you and pushing as well to keep things going forward. So I would say that. How
much you think that social media plays a role in your career?
Social media plays a big part. It plays a super big part. Cause like when I was going and I would look for different things, like I would go to different cities and what have you. And basically I would want to know where other places were. Excuse me. I would want to know where other venues and different things were. So I would look on social media. I would look at hashtags like open mics, whatever, boom, boom, boom. So we'll go hit some open mics and be like, hey, we having a party over here. We doing a show over here. And we're going to be like, all right, this is where we going. So we kind of pull them over there. So it's just kind of utilizing the tools that you have. And it's like social media has definitely been a great part. And I mean, since they didn't change the algorithms, it's a little bit weirder now and a little, I guess you could say a little more difficult, but hey man, anything can happen. You just gotta put your mind to it. That's just how I feel about it.
Okay. Ill, maybe give me a little bit of an insight. What's a story about the legendary Jay Howard that maybe some of the listeners don't know?
He so part of the going back to the Detroit trip, because
oh my god,
it was so much that happened.
Yeah, there was a lot happened on that trip.
So much that happened, but the Airbnb, you remember?
Oh my god, it was the worst.
Yo, whatever, it doesn't matter. So anyway, so to get to the Detroit trip, he gets the flights, right? And it was so last minute, so we got connecting flights. So like this was, you know, my first time doing the show out of the state, so I'm also excited too. But I think we were all tired, and there was just so much going on. And so what happened was, I had my carry-on and my check-in.
Oh my god!
And boom, we're moving, and I'm like, all right, let's keep moving. And we move, and I forgot to bring my carry-on with me when I was transferring from the first plane. So we get on the second plane, we touch down in Detroit, and everybody's grabbing their carry-on, and I'm like,
what my bag?
You know? And I'm like,
I was like, nah.
I think I left my carry-on, bro. And then Jay's like, what? So we get there. I have my suitcase, you know, but not the carry-on, and he's trying to figure out how we're gonna get to the Airbnb. So we're waiting on the ride, and I'm pissed. I'm like,
yeah, he was pissed, bro. When I tell you, I ain't never seen him that quiet ever.
I was dog.
He was quiet. I was like, damn, yeah. I mean,
that's when you know you pissed,
bro. When I tell you, he was the energy. He was the energy that was helping me get through the whole time. So now I'm a dog. Like I'm like, bro, what's up?
And then the vibes are off, man.
Yeah.
Off. So we get to the Airbnb. And I'm on the phone with the airline, and they're like, all right, so look, your package, your carry-on is in like New York. It was somewhere else. It was like,
it wasn't there with you.
It wasn't there, that's for sure. And then she's like, we can ship it to you. What's the address of the Airbnb? And she's like, all right, cool, it'll arrive on this day. Now the day that it was gonna arrive was the day after we were gonna leave. We were gonna be in Miami already. So, and I'm like, no, like we need it like today or whatever. So I'm trying to make it work, and she's like, there's just nothing I can do. And then Jay goes, give me the phone. So I don't know what the hell he was
that
talking
wizardry.
about.
Ooh.
Yeah, he did something to where I think it was that same day. The same day they shipped it out somewhere or in Detroit, and we got to go pick it up. Or they had it there, and it was like, oh, it's in one of the containers. We can't get it, and he just like,
crazy.
he just did what he had to. I don't know how he made it happen.
Then you go there, Mr. Howard. We've been waiting for you.
Yeah, we pulled up.
I wish he was like that.
Yeah, right? We pulled up to the spot, me and him, and it was there.
Damn.
It was crazy, man. I
Do
was
you
like,
remember what you
Damn.
said? Do you remember what you said?
That's
Yeah.
that linguistics, boy. That's
Yes,
that.
I do. I
What
do
would you
remember what I
say?
said. So basically, I got on the phone. I was talking to the lady, and he was like, yo, my dog was mad. Like, I was like, let me holler at the lady real quick. She was like, listen, I'm sorry. There's nothing we can do. They're in these big containers, and it would take, she said, they're the size of a 2-story house. And she said, they put everything in these big shipping containers, basically. She said, you don't know what it would take to get all of that stuff out of there. I said, listen, man. I said, he got a lot of stuff in that bag. And I said, he needs his stuff. I said, I don't even know if it's his inhalers in there. I said, I know he got his clothes, his toothbrush. I said, we won't have anything. We up here for a show. I'm from Miami. She was like, oh, really? She was like, and I think she said something like, oh, I'm about to be there soon. I was like, okay, cool. We can do the show. When I get back, you can come for free. And then, so whatever. And then also she was like, yo, it's still impossible. I was like, listen, what would you do? I said, how would you feel if you was in his position, if you was in his position, when you want somebody to try to do the best that they could do to get your stuff for you? She was like, yeah, you're right. She was like, hold on, let me see what I could do. So then she came back, she got on the phone, we waited for a few minutes. I was like, all right, boom. So she picked back up the phone, and she was like, all right, listen, I need you to go down to this location, and I need you to talk to this lady. Her name is Angel. Bruh.
If that ain't God.
Hello. I felt that thing, boy. I said, man, it was crazy, man. And it was just like the whole trip turned around, man. Everything got better after that. My dog got up there on stage and ripped it.
Hey.
It was super dope too, because it's funny because I have and I'll never forget this dude, Rock Soul. Shout out to Rock Soul. I asked him to make me these masks. So he made these masks for me. He painted all of them, and they all look like little Power Ranger masks or something. So my whole thing before is like my clothing line is Who is Jay Howard, but that was actually my Instagram name, I think, at the time. And I wanted people to be able to not judge, but to listen to us without seeing who we are first. So I was like, yo, I asked Ill if he'd be down to do the first verse as soon as we come out. And I was actually on the drums with my mask, and nobody knew who I was because this is my first time. This is all of our first time in that city. So everybody in the band had on masks. So he got up there and did his thing. Boom, 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 ripped it. And everybody like, he took his mask off, and everybody was like, oh, that's not the dude that was on the flyer though. Man, we're like, yeah, that's right. That's my dog. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Everybody dope, but if you give people an opportunity and you listen before that you see and prejudge, you don't know who's dope until you actually take the time to really truly listen without, you know what I'm saying, having that prejudgment. So there was a really, really dope moment too in that too.
On an old switcheroo, bro.
Yeah, man, it was really cool, man.
That's what's up, yeah. That's what's up.
When you got on the phone with that lady, before even all this, I was like, you have the persona that says, like, let me talk to them. That's it doesn't matter who you've spoken to, but you haven't spoken to me. That's like almost a salesman's mentality. But that's cool that even happened. That
man,
even
it was super dope.
Puts an example to what your spirit says.
See, sometimes you gotta go, man. Like, even sometimes when we feel like we should give up, it's like have we tried everything? My thing is like, have I tried everything? Have I tried everything in my power? Have we tried everything in our power? I was like, let me just talk to her, bro. He was like, man, she ain't gonna do nothing. Because she was not trying to help, bro. Like,
Jay is the epitome of you catch more flies with honey. You know what I'm saying? Like, you, like straight up, like,
hey,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? Like,
I don't know, bro. All I know is I was happy my dog got his bag and we can do this performance because it was beautiful, man. It's just like, whatever it is, dog, just try. Just try. No matter if it's like, even if it's another person, all right, let them try. Shoot. Let's see if it worked. You know, I'm always about like, yo, see if it could work.
Yeah.
It might work. If you never try, you'll never know. So like, that's just my whole mentality. It's just like, I'm gonna try.
that's a damn fact. Switching lanes a little bit.
Okay.
I know, Ali, you guys tried to go to the protest yesterday. Why don't you give me a little bit of a rundown about that?
It was an experience.
Do you guys actually get to go?
I went to the one in Coral Gables, but as Jay, we were talking about that there was the only, all right, so when it comes to protests, it's like this is only the like, what is that? When you have police brutality against innocent black and brown people, not riots, I'm sorry. We're going to protest because of it. Now, people that don't have any knowledge of what's even going on, some people just see this as an opportunity to just go out there and cause riots.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ruckus. So unfortunately, you got that everywhere. So, but on the positive side, there was a protest in Aventura. All I-95 was shut down. Like, it was on the news and everything. So there are their positives and there are their ops.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Jay, why don't you give us a little bit of an insight as to, you know, your feelings towards, you know, what's going on, the recent basically civil rights movement that's
I'm mad as hell, to be honest with you. To be completely honest, like it's tiring, bro. It's super tiring because like just growing up being black, that's all I can speak from just me coming up. I already know I got a target on my back off rip. It's like, yo, that's just what it is. My mom told me always, like, ain't nothing sweet out here, nothing sweet in life. So you gotta get it how you get it, but you gotta be smart about the things you do. And then being black and brown, like all my brothers and sisters right here, it's just like, dog, it's tiring, dog. I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing my people being killed. I'm tired of being disrespected. I'm tired of people looking funny. It's like, yo, it's tiring, dog. And people getting tired to the point where it's like people ready to put hands, people ready to do stuff, because it's like, yo, if you don't respect us at this point, it's like, and two, people that have what is the word that I'm looking for? People that have privilege in places that I don't should be able to step up. And it's like, I feel like at this point, if you silent, you a part of the problem. That's just what it is. If you silent, you a part of the problem. If you see something going on, you're not saying nothing, you're not helping. So it's like, what are you really truly doing? And so you just watching and you're gonna be like, oh, I'm not racist. Oh, you're not doing anything either. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's tiring, dog. It's tiring. I'm just tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing little kids killed. I'm tired of seeing people just dying, bro, and just blatantly right in front of my face. It's a modern day lynching. That's pretty much what it is. Modern day lynching. You've been killed in cold blood. They just did George Floyd so dirty, so dirty. It's just disgusting. They was, and another video was actually released. A lot of people didn't see it. They was beating him in the car beforehand.
Yep.
They beat him in the car beforehand. Then they pulled him out. Then they had 4 cops on top of him. We only seen the one at first with just his knee, but it was other cops. And it's like, there's no reason for that. There is no reason, bro.
Why are the fucking other cops aren't arrested? If I get pulled over and I'm in a passenger and somebody's smoking weed, but I'm not, you think I'm not gonna get arrested?
Right, exactly.
You are,
because the system is set up that way. The system is set up, and what we have to realize is there's a lot of, it's like about 60,000 different subdivisions pretty much between police and federal and government, and all of these justice systems, all the things are set up in different ways. Like, say you're in Atlanta, there's a certain county where you can have weed in your pocket, or you can have a certain amount of weed, but if you go a county over, which is like 15 minutes, and you got weed in your pocket, that's now a federal offense. So you understand what I'm saying? So you have to understand that there's certain things placed in certain systems. So you got to understand where you are, what's going on, and it's like we have to deconstruct these systems to a point where it has to be abolished, bro. That's just really what it is. The police system is disgusting. It's a lot of people in there that are racist.
It's united about the United States.
Yeah,
you know
it's super divided. It's super divided, and we can't have that. I move on love, bro. And if I feel anybody trying to do anything besides love, that's when I get real riled up. And that's what I feel like right now is everybody is not moving on love. So I'm pissed off, and people ready to act, bro. And this is just not the way. Shout out to my family over there, the Dream Defenders Squad, homies over there. Yep. They're doing a rally right now today. I told them I had to be here on the show. They was like, do your thing. I said, I'm gonna be with Midnight in Miami today. They was like, do your thing, man. Just make sure you know, let them know. Talk about it. Real talk. So it's like, we have to be aware and see what's going on. Also, too, we have to vote. There's a lot of different campaigns and a lot of different voting that we're not doing, like city officials. And what you have to realize is the people people mad at the president. Of course, he be talking super crazy.
Bro, when the looting starts, the shooting starts, bro. What the fuck?
I couldn't believe he said that, bro. But
at first, I was like, nah, it's a meme, and then I went.
Put it on the White House. Fucking Twitter.
Tweeted it. How you gonna tweet from the White House,
bro? But when I saw the actual tweet, I was like, yo, like I didn't even like. What more do you need? You know what I'm saying? Like,
why is he on Twitter in the first place? What is you doing? Like, you need to be in the office doing something. But you on your phone. He in there like. When the looting starts, the shooting starts. Bruh, come on, bruh. Like, we ain't out here for that. When the looting start, the shooting starts. What about when the killing start? The killing start. That's not what y'all want. So, like, stop killing us, bro, because that's what it's getting to the point. Like, people are upset. People are mad. People are tired of dying. People are tired of crying. All these mothers been crying, and they can't get their kids back. It's not bringing their kids back. It's not bringing anybody back. So it's like we have to deconstruct these systems and defund the police station. We have to defund a lot of different things because it's a lot of funding going into these things, and that's what it's going to take. I think we need to police our own cities. That's what I think. But at the same time, people need to be organized. People have to understand that there's certain things that must go into place, and there's certain people that we need to work together, and that's what it's going to take. And I've seen a lot of people coming together, and it's been some beautiful things that's been coming from this, but it's also getting real ugly. But it's got to get ugly before it get beautiful. So,
what's your take on this?
On what? No, I'm playing. I live in a cave, and not that much. Oh man, where do we start? All right.
Let me ask you: have you ever been? I'm gonna ask a question real quick, if y'all don't mind. Have you ever been a victim of police brutality or like somebody discriminating against you?
Not that I've known. I've lived in Miami my entire life. Not to say it doesn't happen here, but it's just not as likely to happen here as it is. Like if we were to go to a city that's more American than as much of a melting pot that Miami is. So I haven't, had to, so that's a blessing, you feel me? But I have friends who have, and it's kind of hard to believe again because of where I'm from. It's so hard to see, like, this is a melting pot. Like I said, you see so much. But yeah, coming down to it, this situation is it's not news to me, you feel me? Like, what happened unfortunately isn't like this isn't the first time. You feel me?
Right.
And it's gonna continue to happen.
Yeah.
It's just
terrible that we've gotten accustomed to that point to
Yeah.
say that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like if we think about it in a sense, like especially looking at how Donald Trump wants to go ahead and portray the protesters as thugs, and then want to when Charlottesville happened, and the Charlottesville happened because there was a white supremacy parade that was trying to go, and there was protesters protesting white supremacy, and when the fucking car ran through a person and killed someone, Donald Trump said there were
good
bad people or whatever on both sides. But then as soon as a protest is established because someone died and a few people died, not only George
or murdered
Breonna Taylor, she was in her house. She's an EMT worker and she was shot in her house. For what? They walked in her house and shot her. To the fact that the point that we have to come, like, it's upsetting, you know what I'm saying? The fact that the Donald Trump man that was supposed to be our president is promoting this type of behavior, I believe, personally. And it's upsetting. I'm sorry to.
You felt that, girl. You gotta get it out. It's all right, girl.
Because it's like we've gone to that point where we're okay. We're not okay, but we're accustomed.
Yeah, I think
and
we're desensitized. We're desensitized.
Exactly, yeah.
But that's the point where we have to be, because if not, we're gonna be crying every day, and it's
It's time out for crying. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm done. Hey, people done crying, bro. But back to me,
sorry.
No, you're good.
You gotta let it out.
For real.
Gotta let it out. Cheaper than therapy, I'll tell you that, man.
Straight like that. Straight like that.
So yeah, man, it's like it's more than just unfortunate. Like the fact that we gotta get, not used to it, but I mean, yeah, used to it. It's like, yo, this is gonna keep happening, unfortunately, and it's just the responses that they're gonna receive is gonna get just so much worse and worse and worse. Because now what's happening now is bad, dude. And not to say like it wasn't bad before. Unfortunately, I really wish there was ways that we could protest. You feel me? Peacefully, or do it in a way that leaves a message. But it's like you do get your, like you were saying, you get certain people that just want to go out there and riot. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like, yo, those are, you have the people who are writing just because they think it's fun, and then you have the people who are writing because they feel like their voice isn't being heard. It's like, yo, we say this and we say this and we say this and it's still happening. Screw it. You feel what I'm saying?
Well,
like,
okay,
yo,
what do you guys say to the looters that are looting black-owned businesses?
You stupid. You stupid.
The people,
what are you doing?
People looting businesses in general are stupid.
Like,
they got nothing to do with this.
Like,
bro.
if people came in here and started looting, like, do you see the people that work here? Like, what are you doing?
That's what I'm saying.
There's
It
a
don't make
video
sense.
going around of a multi-millionaire YouTuber, Jake Paul, fucking going in malls, looting the whole place with their friends. A little white girl was saying, broke into a store or whatever, and then came out, and a guy was like, how do you feel from doing that? Recording her, and she's like, I feel great, Black Lives Matter, and just like drunk as shit.
No. People using certain things to try to get off their little guilty little pleasures and little things that they want to do. I feel like it's disgusting. Like, a lot of people don't work, and especially, like I said too, being black and brown, like getting businesses, and not a lot of people understand what it even takes to get a business. So for a black person to be in position to have a business, or a brown person to be able to be in business, it's like they had to fight twice as hard to get the information to do what they needed to do, and then now you got people coming in just gonna come and take everything that you worked that hard for, and it's now down the drain. Like,
there's significantly less. The chances are significantly less that they'll be approved for loans, for business loans.
Of course,
for that sort of
100%.
thing. So people are, the way that they're, I guess, like trying to aid their conscience or whatever is like, oh, well, they can just file for insurance or whatever. It's not that easy.
It ain't that easy.
It's not like you send that shit and then you get a $1 million
right back.
check.
Nah.
No, because it's a long process. It really is, and then but even like just having to rebuild, like,
exactly, the memories, like, beside all money aside, like, there's kids that grew up in that business. Like, there was I don't know if you saw, but there was a footage of the '92 riots, and there was like an elder black man whose business was burned down. And
so why y'all doing this?
Yeah, he's like, if y'all angry at the white man, take it out on the white man.
That's
You
what I'm
burned
saying.
my fucking business down.
That don't make
What did I
sense.
do? You stole my computer. You burned my truck.
Right. It makes no sense.
That makes no sense to me.
It's backwards, and people just need to understand what they doing. Like, if you're gonna be out here protest, or you feel like you want to riot, what are you rioting for? What are you going to do? Like, are you doing this for a purpose, with purpose, or are you just going out here because, like, oh, I just want to hit something? Like, I understand people are mad though, because you look at some of the stuff, it's like it's really disgusting. It will piss you off to the core, but it's like, yo, there are corporations that you could probably hit. Not to say that you should go do that, but I mean, there's different things that you can do where you can hurt the pockets if you really want to take that out.
As opposed to a small business, like, definitely. Or honestly, and again, I'm not condoning it. Go for the actual police office. I mean, I know they burned down the 3rd precinct, but.
Somebody said that was a police officer too that started the actual fire, to be completely honest with you.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And why there was no police there? There was no police at the station.
I think a lot of these things are not happening from the protest. I think a lot of these things are just infiltrators because they have the opportunity due to what's going on. They can hide. Everybody can hide in a mask and not know who's for you or who's
Especially
against
now with
you.
Corona.
Yeah, for real. Everybody got a mask, no face, no case.
Exactly. Even if you got it on tape, you can barely see their face.
Right, but they
There's a video going around of somebody busting out windows with a mask and people going.
That was a police officer.
Yeah.
That was a police officer. And actually, there was another video that came out. I don't know if you guys seen too. There's a few videos actually going around. Somebody actually put bricks in front of a courthouse.
Yeah.
It was a stack of bricks already just sitting there.
There's no construction.
Why is there bricks here? Oh, okay. It's just right by the courthouse. Somebody go like, oh, shoot us. Look at this beautiful.
That's like a video game. That shit spawned up, bro.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's just like, dang, bro. It's like you can see a lot of things are set up, and you got to be careful. You got to understand. So that's why I tell people to know what you're doing, know what you're fighting for, and understand. And have a plan. I tell people organize and then mobilize. Like, you can't just go out and just be like lackadaisical and just careless and not know what's going on. Like, be aware. If you have a purpose for doing something, then do it. But if you sit down, just sit down if you don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I'm tired. I'm mother effing tired.
We'll actually get right back to it, but the movie review of the week is very pertinent to what's going on today. Craig, why don't you scream it out?
Queen and Slim.
Queen
Yeah.
and Slim. You see it on the screen. Queen and Slim.
Shout out to my dog Bertrand Boyd, man. That's my dog.
Yep. Shout out. I actually saw that as well. I think last week.
Word. How'd you like it?
I loved it. I loved it, and that. I mean, Bertrand was acting real well.
He did a real good job, right?
You know?
Right. I watched that movie with my
last
parents.
scene, how did you feel about it?
No, I was pissed out. I was like, nah. I was like,
Bertrand, you better change your heart,
right.
bro.
I was like, they ain't up a dog on the
Nah,
streets. Like, nah. And my parents, my mom was like, so that's your friend? Like, as soon as I left, like, that's who you be hanging out with? Like, first of all, it's a movie, mom. Okay.
He's a thespian.
You know what's actually funny? We actually read the lines for that movie here at
you were
Asylum
running lines?
Studios.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
we ran the lines at the studio right here at Asylum Studios.
That's dope.
I came in and read the lines with him, and then like they called him back some weeks later, and it was like, yo, you got the role, boom, 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 and he went in, and they changed a lot of the lines up. I actually got a chance to see the lines. I feel like I felt like tell her to lean away. I see you, you know what I'm saying? She don't know me,
I
but
see you riding.
I know you, girl. Okay, you feel me? I see you're writing. I see what you do. You're doing a wonderful job. Yes, man. But that's awesome.
That was definitely, and I thought it had a lot of layers to it.
It did.
It was very interesting. It's not like it had one angle. It was like trying to like give a death sentence to certain types of people or whatever. It was real in the sense that it was portraying anybody can be horrible. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Even, and we talk about a lot about that scene where they're hitchhiking and he goes, what was it? What was the line?
The guy says somebody's coming. I hope that they're black or something like that. And then,
Oh, yeah.
That, everybody.
He goes, it's not always a good thing or something like that.
It
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily mean that's a good thing.
Which I think was foreshadowing what happened at the end.
Yes.
Right.
You know,
For the people that did see the movie, we ain't gonna spoil it.
Yeah,
Unless you want to spoil it. I don't care. We can spoil it.
We're
Like some
spoiling.
people rioting.
Yeah.
Like doing the right thing.
Yeah.
They're just ready to bust a window.
Right.
Yeah.
It definitely correlates.
Jay, if you if let's say the day of tomorrow, they do arrest the other cops.
They arrested, I think the main one that had his neck.
Oh yeah.
He's already he's in custody and he's on suicide watch.
I think he's supposed to be charged for murder too. I think they charged him for murder.
Yeah, but third degree murder and manslaughter. I don't know why it's third degree.
Because here's the thing.
The suicide watch part.
The suicide watch, and they're checking him every 15 minutes, and there's a camera on his cell. But honestly, my honest opinion, he's gonna kill himself. That's what I think.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Well, they're gonna say that he did,
What, do you think
that
right?
he'll kill him?
Because
That they'll kill
Who gonna kill him?
Like
course,
Epstein?
he has had a record, and that record has been going on and being
Yeah.
everybody's been.
They have been
So
ignoring it.
personally, I just feel like they might. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Well, if they don't, the inmates will. So.
That's a damn fact. Well,
Well, I don't think they're gonna put
they're
him
not
in.
gonna put him in
Yeah,
Gen
that
Pop. They're
shit.
not gonna put him in
You're
Gen
right.
Popular. Yeah.
He's first of all, he's a cop. Do you think that he blue on blue, bro? Like I don't think that. I don't know.
They're not gonna put him in Gen Pop.
No,
That's a
they
damn fact.
definitely wouldn't. I mean, they didn't put Zimmerman. He out here walking around signing goddamn
No, he wasn't
Confederate
a
flag.
cop.
For real?
He wasn't a cop, but at the same time, this dude out here signing freaking Confederate flags.
Yeah,
like,
he is. He's a fucking.
yo,
celebrity.
like I feel like he should not be out here being able to walk around. To be completely honest with you,
I'm
like,
surprised that he is.
I
I'm surprised that he
mean,
is.
I'm not.
This where we
I'm not
at.
surprised, bro. Like I said, bro, this is just unfortunate.
Florida is like
So-
shaped as a gun. The fucking.
Low key.
So if the day of tomorrow they arrest the rest of the other cops and they charge them all with murder, do you think, quote unquote, that it would end, that it would be enough, that the protest would end? What do you think would happen then?
I think that would be a first step. That would be a first step in doing the right thing and
right
just trying to
direction,
show people that, hey, all right, we're going to convict these officers, these murderers, exactly. We're going to convict these murderers because it was a murder, and basically, like, things have to change. Like, but there's still, like I said, a system set in place that has to be abolished, and we have to tackle, because it's like it's layers, just like you were saying earlier. There's layers to things. There's layers to this system, and that would just be a first step, and it would show them, like the people in Minnesota, like, all right, y'all, we take it serious. oblivious to what y'all talking about, but right now it's just like a slap in the face, and that's just really what it is. I mean, yeah, you can be like, all right, yeah, we're gonna charge them, but all right, are we gonna charge the rest of these police officers that's been doing all of this stuff this entire time too? Like, there's a lot of families that are missing their children, missing their family, that will never be able to come back, and these people are on paid leave or they get bond for $500,000. Like, it's crazy. Like, they should not be able to be on bond. You murder somebody and like you taking away their rights, you're doing things, and like it's ridiculous. So it's a step, but it's not. It's so many more steps that have to happen. So I know it like the rioting maybe will simmer down a bit, but nah, people, we're not satisfied with that.
I mean, imagine all the people that didn't make it to be hashtags. Imagine all the people that weren't filmed.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Imagine the people that we don't fucking know about.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
The silent victims. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And that's a damn shame.
It's funny you said the silent victims. Actually, I made a song with ill-logicz one more time.
Oh,
it's called Know It, man. And we were just saying, do it for the hopeless, do it for the ones that, you know, can't make a sound, for the ones that's locked down. And it's like, you know it, it's time for us all to step up and really be in position and really stand up for each other. So if y'all get a chance, check that song out.
Yeah.
Know It, produced by Sean Wright. Sean sent the beat. It's his Instagram. He keep changing that thing. I don't know why. Shout out to ill-logicz and myself, recorded right here at Silent Studios.
We're gonna promote it. We're gonna promote it.
Is there anything we can actually play on the screen that we can all watch?
Oh, for sure. Actually, just, well, I mean, yeah, I just actually released a new video. A new video just came out. I did a video with Davi Sachs and Frank Powell. Yeah, it just dropped. It's called Only One Night. That just dropped. Yeah, man, that's the latest video. And then I have 2 other videos that's out. One featuring ill-logicz again. Well, I think you in both of them. We in both of the videos. So the one video is his video, and that was what's the name of the song? Never Talk. There it is. Never Talk. And that was with Zorenzo. And then the other one was
Out of Space.
Out of Space. There it is. Out of Space.
Yo, how about when we had our epic fight scene in the
bro, listen, man, that was I think that was the best shot of that whole entire shoot. It was clean. No, the shot that they got of you when you squared up, it was like,
let's do this.
I felt like I was in the Matrix. Well, I thought I was in the Matrix, y'all. I thought I was Morpheus, y'all. I promise y'all, I thought I was Morpheus.
No, it's still trying to load.
Still loading my phone. I might have missed the letter on there. Let me see that thing one more time.
Right here.
That's Out of Space. Let me see. Type in Only One. That's the one that just dropped.
Huh?
But you could, yeah, man, whatever y'all feel like playing.
Oh,
but yeah, man.
That's right. If you can connect it to the thing straight up, that would be great.
Ain't never gonna flash for y'all. I put my glasses on. I took my glasses off for the show so I can put my shades on so I can get in my bag a little bit. I can't see nothing all the way, so I'm just gonna keep it real and put my real glasses on for 2 seconds.
One, right?
Yep, that's it. But it's an actual video. Let me see. Official video. Yeah, you got it right there at the top. I told you I ain't got my glasses on. Let me put these on. Oh boy, it's a whole new world. A whole new world. There it is.
Put the volume up.
Can the people see this?
Yeah, they can see it on the screen.
Oh, that's dope. Oh, dang, the words on there. I didn't even know that, y'all.
Yeah, put it real up so they can match the audio.
But one is gazing at me with that desire and fire. I can see she will leave me with the haze in my eyes for days at a time.
Y'all lit for real.
You feel me? Hot in there.
Only one night, only one kiss, only one touch.
Y'all got the snake on there.
Yeah, man.
Only one touch, babe. Only one night, only one kiss, only one touch. Only one night, only one kiss, only one touch.
Got the dance moves on them.
Got that sight in his mouth.
You feel me?
Yeah, my boy went in on that Kenny G, bro.
You feel me?
Come on.
It's after midnight, it could be tonight. The music's
Oh, we get them shades from
Yo, that-
Yes, you better believe it.
Y'all haircut so sharp it cuts someone, bro.
You feel me? I had to show out for the fam, man. You know I show love everywhere I go.
in my eyes for days at a time. Now I can see why it's gonna be
You put that fire in her mouth?
Yes, she did.
Oh my god.
Yes, she did. That lady worked hard right there, boy.
Them shades out the Matrix, bro.
You feel me? I got this from McZen.
Oh, where? Oh,
That's right here. You know what I'm talking about, McZen fam.
Oh, come on.
Yee.
Let me see you go get it. Hey mama, yeah. Can I see you go get it? Hey mama,
International J.
For real.
hey mama,
They're gonna be like, what's that black guy?
All right.
YouTube comments be like, what's his at, bro?
Yeah. Put my Instagram in the bottom.
Hey.
So yeah, that's only one, man. Thank you.
Wow,
Thank you. Thank y'all. Thank you, man.
Fire.
Thank you.
That is only one.
Only one with Dobby Saxon, Frank Powell, man.
Girl, Ice girl with a tutu.
That is
Right.
Wow,
He said
Jay
that's
Howard.
good. Tutu.
That's dope. Check it out. You saw it on the screen. Check it out on your free time. Vibe out to it. You know, that's
Please.
that beautiful pregame jam right there.
You feel me?
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
right
man, I got
there.
some other songs out too, but the other ones they're not videos yet. Best Friend is out. You got Drip. Like I said, I got songs with ill-logicz too. If you want to go all the way back, I did a song with ill-logicz, one of my favorite songs. He don't even play it no more. Like we don't even perform it. Dang, what was the name of that song? You know which one I'm talking about? It was on the Lotus project.
The Lotus is the song that both of us did.
Yeah. Oh my God, I can't remember the name of that song.
Yeah, that's how you know you big when you can't even make your own music. That's how you know. It's like, damn, I got a catalog.
That song. I'd rather
I'll tell you right
something.
now.
Yeah, we're gonna see. See how long it take. We're gonna talk about another song. I got Best Friend, Drip. Other songs. Let me see which ones I got out. Know It is out, which was like I told you before. Who else I got songs with?
Zorenzo, you ain't got nothing?
Yeah, Zorenzo, just the one with you, me, and Zorenzo, which is Never Talk.
Never Talk.
And then I think I got something with Lyrical Vibrations, one song, and then also I think I did a song with Trip.
that
Trip
video-
Music. I ain't really like it all the way, but he put it out anyway. Shout out to Trip. That's my dog. Right? You know, he ain't like my part all the way, but it's cool. It worked.
One where
He liked
y'all
it.
were wearing all white.
Oh, wait. Oh, thank you so much. So it's funny because I wanted to post that song. So I did a song featuring Miami with Ronnie VOP. It's called Set Me Free. It's very, very relative to the times right now too. I think that's very, very dope. Y'all should definitely check that out. If y'all want to play it, y'all can. Yeah, that one is very. It's a little touchy.
Yeah, that's perfect. What's it called? I'm sorry.
It's called Set Me Free. And you can put feature in Miami. It should pop up. Set Me Free feature in Miami. And Ronnie VOP, that's my homie. He did his thing too on what was it? Was it The Four or was it The Voice? One of them shows.
Right. The short film?
Yep, short film. That's it. So that's another one.
Anything But You.
Anything But You.
Anything But You. Oh yeah, I remember this one.
Put it up.
Yeah, this was crazy.
On the side.
My name is Aaron Johnson. And on today, I said
But this one's just primarily on gun violence. Yeah. So it's more than just like cops killing people. It's just everybody killing everybody. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So that's also another powerful movement, dude.
We have to change our generation. Black lives matter. All lives matter. Now is the time for us to be set free. God bless.
Put it up more.
Being a victim of a crime that should have never happened.
I think Jay comes right now. Ready? Oh, come on, somebody.
Because a baby boy is gone, never return back from the other side. Would have thought in daylight
Jay Sheehan.
that a child pain freely would take his last breath from another hand. Oh, and this is killing our future. So it's time to take that stand and do everything we.
You guys had a riff war, right?
Yo, for real.
Everybody.
That's all the singers, man. This is Miami right now.
But it seems that we can't have
You have Pleasure P in this too, right?
Yeah, that's it right there. That's it right there. Pleasure was on that joint.
That was nice.
John B?
No.
The mayor.
That was Lorenzo.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Lorenzo. Did the theme song from Midnight in Miami.
Urban Mystic.
He brought that in. He brought it.
Yeah, he felt that shit.
Yeah,
Put that Boys to Men right there. Oh, it's still that they're all wearing white. I see what you're talking about now.
He's my favorite performer.
Yeah, man. That's the man right there. That's what dog.
Waiting for the spin move.
You better believe it's on the way.
Yeah.
No, that's me.
That was you?
Well, on the song?
Yeah, no, the those guns on?
Oh, no. Well, yeah, I sang a little bit part of it. So, yeah, in the background. We ended up having to leave. That's when we went to Detroit, too. I recorded this right before we left.
Word. Okay.
Same day. Word, yeah. Set me free, man.
I'm gonna lay that Glock to rest.
You feel me,
I'm
man?
gonna lay that Glock to rest. What do you think? Do you think that we're in the path to? I see the scene of the red and blue bandanas.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that we're in the path for Bloods and Crips or different gangs to put the bullshit aside and see the true enemy?
I think we have an opportunity to do so. We gonna see how it goes, I guess. I mean, there's definitely been some unity definitely coming together that I've seen in the past, where they would tie their flags together and just show in solidarity. And what a lot of people don't even really realize is that the Bloods and Crips were created to police their own neighborhoods. That's what they were created for before. I can't remember the exact acronym of them, but both of them have acronyms basically speaking on what it is that they do. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, I think it's time that we do. We definitely need to realize who the real enemy is, and we got to stop killing each other. We got to come together and spread love, and we got to make sure that our little ones can grow up, and we have a fair opportunity to live our lives, man, just like everybody else. That's all we really want, is just to be treated fairly, bro. So that's the main thing, man. Just treat us how everybody else is treated. Just show us love, show us the same compassion, show us justice, give us justice. Or if you don't give us justice, you won't have no peace, because it's game time.
That's beautiful. Before we wrap up, I kind of wanted to ask you, you mentioned before how, you know, you're a teacher and a mentor to others. Talk to me a little bit about that experience. Has that been a rewarding experience? Have you learned anything about yourself teaching, you know, young students? Tell me a little bit about that.
Absolutely. It's been nothing but like greatness, man. Just to see some of the youth, and I've been working with youth before I got involved with Guitars Over Guns. I got involved with Guitars Over Guns in, I think it was 2018. Yeah, 2018. I got involved with Guitars Over Guns, and I've been with them ever since. And it's been very, very rewarding. But even before then, I would work with like I told you, I worked with Dream Defenders as well. And we had an opportunity to take the kids up for March for Our Lives, and just that opportunity, and just seeing some of the mindsets that some of these kids have, and you wouldn't think that they think like that, but they do, and you would be like, wow. And that's what they were saying. It was like, we feel like people don't listen to us. They feel like, oh, because they say we're kids, we don't feel the way we feel. These kids are lobbying, bro. Like, if lobbying is when they go up to a place and they have to request for certain things. They go up to Tallahassee and they'll sit in these offices and like they're lobbying for toilet paper, bro. There's not toilet papers in some of these schools, and some of the schools you would be surprised in the conditions that these schools are, and then you want these kids to learn, and it's just like it's eye-opening. So it gave me a look in and a different perspective where I can see there's certain things have to change and where I'm now needed and what I'm supposed to do further in my purpose. So it's definitely been rewarding, man, and just working with these kids is super dope. Like, I had it's about a few months ago before the whole corona and everything hit. There's a little student of mine came in there. His name was AJ, and I was just chilling. I'm just in there. He was like, man, he just came. He was like, you're my hero. I was like, dang, bro, look, I ain't your hero, man. I said, we all heroes, you feel me? But it's like, dang, man. It's like, I realize how much people look up, and you don't really pay attention. You don't really think that, you know, people really looking like that in the kids, but they really are. And it's like, you don't have an idea how much they really look up. So it's just like, it put that much more pressure on me to be a better person and make sure that I'm paying attention to the things that I do, because now I realize that there's more than just me. It's more than me. If you know what I'm saying, it's like I can affect somebody, but they can affect somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, with knowing that, I have a bigger responsibility, because I want to further propel and not pull back and hinder. So it's just, I just want to be in place to be the best that I can be, so that they can be the best that they can be, and they can see that.
That's what's up, yo. It's funny you mentioned, you made me think of a memory when you say about the conditions that these schools are in. I remember when I was in like 5th grade, they were doing you know how for every like graduation, like, you know, elementary, middle school, high school, right, you have a little like graduation trip.
Right, exactly.
And the 5th grade, I mean, it was pretty pricey, so I don't think I got to go, but the 5th grade one was to St. Augustine, and they were like, oh, you know, you get to see the first ever school in America, you know, because it's a broken down school. Right. And my mom's like, you want to see a broken down school? Go to the school that I went to when I was a kid.
Wow.
She's
for
like,
real.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many people that live in different bubbles. Like, people will make a trip to go see something that's antiquated and broken down when there's people that have experienced that already.
Right, and it's going through it right at the moment.
Exactly, like you said, exactly. Yeah. So like, some people are making a graduation trip out of it. Some people are already living that. You know,
that's real talk. Yeah.
So I thought that was definitely funny. Ladies and gentlemen, today, you know, we definitely had to dive into some topics. You know, we had to dive into shit that's going on today, and you know, as always, you know, I always want to mention, you know, whenever you film anything, you know, on a more serious note, you know, I always gotta end it off with this. But all jokes aside, you know, if you're filming anything, you know, out there, hit up Tom MJ Moore. You know, he's gonna get that footage, and he's gonna get you footage that's gonna make the police look like what they truly are. You know? And that's Tom MJ Moore. And honestly, he's not gonna have to do too much of a hard job at that, because they're doing it by themselves. Tom MJ Moore, is where it's at. Guys, do we have anything before we wrap up? Jay, what do you got for the people before we wrap up?
If you don't remember anything else I say, if you don't remember my name, you don't remember anything, just spread love, believe in yourself. Yo, push till you can't push no more, because somebody needs it. Somebody needs you to be the best that you can be so that they can be the best that they can be, so they can see that and they can move and they can just shake and move, and let's change the world, man. Change the world for the better, man. Show love.
Okay. Ill?
Be safe. Watch each other's backs. That's all I have to say.
He goes, I'm strapped up. You want to tell me?
You gotta be here for each other, bro. For real, for real.
I had to call you, boy.
Yeah,
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
Get them keys again.
Same. Be safe if you're out there. You know, be knowledgeable, but don't be out there if you want to start fuck shit.
Facts. You can put that on my tombstone, bro.
Yeah, don't be
Not
out
with
there.
them.
Craig, you want to holler anything for the people?
Words from Craig. Here we go. He says,
He goes, I've seen enough.
It's enough.
I've seen it. Just be
I
safe.
think he just said enough. I think
Enough. Yeah, he's seen enough. Ladies and gentlemen, every Thursday, you know what I'm saying, at midnight is where it's at. You know, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button. Go on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, all that good stuff. You can find us everywhere. Every Thursday at midnight. If not, just vibe with us Friday morning when you chilling at work. Hopefully still quarantined, you know, staying safe. And stay woke, people. Stay woke. See what
Wake
the fuck
up.
is going on around. Every Thursday at midnight. Holla.
You're not, you too sleep.
Anything, and it don't matter what the world thinks. You can say how you